So we're doing a title to go at the beginning. Okay, so we've just had 2 council meetings in 2 weeks to cover the same monster agenda. So to recap on week 1, let's go back to me last week. Last week's council meeting agenda had 41 items and we only got through 11 of them. I think that's probably a new low on both fronts, but here are some of the key decisions we made. Leichhardt's Marian St car park was back on the agenda, and you may remember this was a controversial one after Labor and the Conservative councillors voted to expand it by destroying 2 historic cottages. The 22 spaces this created were touted as great free parking when they first opened, but fast forward just a few months and they're already full, seemingly by council cars. So we'll get a report back about ways to potentially improve this, but this project was never going to deliver great results for the community. We also had a long debate about problem gambling, with the Greens proposing a new policy and significant other measures to reduce harm, and Labor putting up a softer alternative that would see industry work alongside addiction experts as part of a roundtable. Australia's high number of poker machines was something London's Nighttime Commission were fascinated by when I spoke to them last month. And given the harm it causes, they were wondering why our governments don't do more to tackle this problem. And I think that's probably because gambling has distorted our political system. In the end, Labor and the Conservative councillors blocked the Greens' motion and Labor's got up instead. In other news, my motion for council to offer more support to residents who've been denied proper noise mitigation by WestCONnex passed unanimously. We voted to stop the relocation of the May Murray Childcare Centre in Marrickville and support the campaign to stop the closure of Globe Wilkins Preschool. And the Greenway Master Plan finally passed, which paves the way for the construction of this long-awaited project. And we're back for week 2 of our council meeting. And I've realised we actually got through 12 items last week, which meant we only had to smash through 29 this week. Amazingly, we actually did it, and I think this is for a few reasons. 1, we had no public speakers because all their items got covered last week. 2, we had no journalists, so no one in the gallery for certain councillors to play to. And 3, the Liberal councillors left just after 8:30, so we smashed through 20 items in just under 2 hours. The War on Waste TV series prompted quite a bit of activity, and we saw a lot of Labor taking credit for things with this, with motions being put up as to how we could improve our food organics collection, recycling in general, as well as trial reusable cups in cafes. Now these are all obviously great things that we should be doing, and our council staff were already working on all of these initiatives. So just bear that in mind when you see certain councillors taking full credit for them. We also signed off on the first draft of council's submission to the WestCONnex parliamentary inquiry. Now don't forget, anybody can make a submission to this, and they're all due on Friday the 31st of August. If you need any help making your submission or how to tell your story, go to Council's website now, where we've got some tips. And we also endorsed our new multicultural policy, which will now go onto public exhibition. So to have your say, go to Council's website now. See you at our next council meeting, our 3rd in a row, yay! This Tuesday, the 28th of August.